Hello and welcome back to another stitch tutorial. So today's video we're going to learn how to make this crochet mini bean stitch or the Elizabeth stitch. It's a relatively easy pattern and it works up fast using only one row repeat. So if you're a complete beginner, don't worry, it's a very easy pattern to learn, and then it works up very fast using less yarn as compared to the bead stitch. So let's just dive into our work. So for this tutorial you're going to need yarn, so you can use any weight of yarn that you have. I'll be using an Aran weight. This is slightly thicker than the worsted weight, a 5.0mm crochet hook and a pair of scissors. So if you're using a different kind or a different weight of yarn, check the recommended hook size and use just that. To begin, you're going to start by making a slip knot. Then insert your hook. For your foundation chains, you're going to chain any odd number of chains. So go ahead and make any odd number of chains, and then I'll meet you in row 1. So I went ahead and made 25 chains, and for our first row we'll skip the first 2 chains, so these will be our turning chain, and then on the third chain you're going to turn your work and work on the back bumps. I really prefer working on the back bumps because it gives you a neater look at the end of your work, but if you do not know how to do that, just go ahead and work in that top stitch or the top loops. So skip the first 2, and on this third one you're going to go in the back bumps, then insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, go in the same space or the same chain, yarn over, pull through. You should have 4 loops on your hook, then yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, then chain 1. So this is our first mini bean stitch or the Elizabeth stitch. Skip the next chain, and on the next you're going to do the same. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops, yarn over, go back in the same chain, yarn over, pull through. When you have 4 loops, you're going to yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, then chain 1 to close it. Skip the next chain, and on the next chain you're going to repeat the same. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go back, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, chain 1, and then do this to the end of your row. Skip the next stitch or the next chain, and then work a mini bean in the next. Skip the next, work a mini bean in the next. So you reach the end of your row, you should have 2 chains remaining. Skip the next chain, and on the very last chain you're going to work your last mini bean. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go back, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops. So your row 1 is complete, and for row 2, which is going to be our repeat row, we're going to chain 2, then turn. The chain 2 will count as our turning chain, and then you're going to work your first mini bean on the very first mini bean stitch. So when you look keenly on your row 1 mini beans, you're going to see small spaces on those stitches, not the chain 1 spaces, these spaces on the stitches. So these are the spaces you're going to work in. So you want to go in that space, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. So you see these spaces this space created between our first loop on the hook and the one that you've just pulled through the stitch, this is the space that you're working on. Then yarn over, go back in the same space, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. So you see this space here is what, or it's where we'll be working on in the next row. Chain 1, go in the next mini bean, locate that space, and then insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, go back in the same space, yarn over, pull through, then work your last, yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, chain 1, go in the next mini bean, in that space you're going to work your next mini bean, chain 1, always remember to chain 1 after every stitch, and then you want to repeat that on every stitch until the end of the row. So when you reach the very last stitch, this last stitch here, instead of going in that space, you're going to go in the space between the chain 2 and the mini bean. Remember we skipped 2 chains at the beginning of our row 1, so you want to go in that space between the chain 2 and the first mini bean, then work your last mini bean. Then chain 2 and turn. So row 3 and every other row you're going to repeat our row 2 pattern. And to show you one more time, you're going to work your first mini bean in this space of your previous mini bean stitch. So insert your hook in that space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go back in the same space, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops, chain 1, go in the next mini bean, locate that space, and work your next stitch in that space. So you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go back, yarn over, pull through, then pull through all the 4 loops. So repeat this until you reach the very last stitch, and then I'll show you how to work in that space. So when you reach the very end, or you have your last stitch remaining, instead of going in this space of our row 2 mini bean, you're going to go in the space between the chain 2 and the mini bean. So locate that space and then work your last mini bean in that space. Then chain 2 and turn your work. So you're going to repeat that previous row pattern until you have your desired length of the mini bean. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and until next time, stay safe and God bless you.